Yo, my name is Multiplier and I'm going to give you some really quick little tips for Ableton Live and a few general music production tips. In no particular order, not explained very well, but kind of useful, especially for beginners. So, first of all is make sure you're using samples and decent samples. I mean, it's all well and good saying you created the song completely by yourself, but pretty much everyone uses samples, from Mozart to Skrillex to just everyone. So either invest or somehow get hold of, I'm not going to say how, but get hold of some sample packs and use them. For example, you've got like loops and probably more importantly, kick drum samples, and I'm a big fan of, as we go on, deadmau5's Zephyr sample pack, so you can get that one. The loops, kicks, all the drum stuff is really cool. Anyway, some other tips is if you've got, say, a loop in Ableton, you want to get to arrangement mode, just simply copy it across, copy, paste, and then Command D to duplicate it. It's just way easier than the whole record button thing. I think that's kind of stupid, unless you're doing actual live production stuff. And let's say you want to automate the volume of that. What you don't want to do is automate the track volume. What you want to do is you want to drag in a utility and then automate the gain there, and that's so when you're doing your mix down, it's not going to get all confusing when you adjust the level of the track. So yeah, how to automate stuff. What you do is you click that little button there, and then, well, luckily it's actually already come up as the right parameter we want to automate, but let's say it wasn't there. What you do is you simply, quick little shortcut tip, you click the parameter you want to automate and then it's going to automatically pop up there. And then what you want to do is this red line is the automation curve, so you can either draw it in with that by clicking that pencil and then drawing in the curve like that, or if you turn the pencil off, you can drag around those points or double click to create a point, things like that. That's the basic idea, kind of obvious once you know how. So yeah, that's all the automation stuff. A random little tip: if you want to either preview a track or don't preview a track, it's that little headphone button there. Little thing to overlook, but you need to really know it's there. Also, the headphone, the preview volume button is that little tingling there. And yeah, that button's kind of important. It basically means that the session view is doing stuff. I don't want to explain it in too much detail because you could spend half an hour explaining the differences between arrangement view and session view, but it's something that's worth not forgetting about. And if you really don't have any idea the difference between arrangement view, which is this view, and session view, find a really decent tutorial on it because it's super important and it's a big part of how Ableton Live works. Another little tip, say you dragged in a loop and you've warped it, but it's just not sounding right. It might be because the warp mode, which is that button there, is on the wrong thing, and there's normally a default. So depending on whether you're dragging in a drum loop or a loop of another kind, like a lead line or just a general pad texture noise, you need to choose the different warp modes, and it's something that's really easy to overlook, and a lot of warping tutorials completely ignore it despite the fact it's super important. So yeah, just go ahead and figure out what different modes mean, and also if you're really new to Ableton Live, really understand warping and to figure out how it works. There's a million different ways to warp. I could spend an hour showing all the different ways, but it's better off me just telling you to go figure it out, because that's how I had to do it. And is that going to be all my little tips? Can't think of anything useful. Can I do anything useful? Oh yeah, for mastering, quick little mastering tip: just get a decent plugin. Something like, I'm a big fan of, it's called the master bus, something like Ozone, just because it's all in one place, and unless you're really good at production, you're not going to be, don't like that. You're not going to be able to tell the subtle differences between various different compressors and all that stuff. So you just want everything in one easy to use program that does a decent job of it. And Ozone is awesome because it comes with a million different presets, and say you choose like a drum and bass and breaks master preset. Okay, my computer overheated 106 degrees. It was up to 108. Not sure it's still recording, but yeah, basically Ozone's awesome because it's got all these different presets, and you can simply pick a preset, change a few parameters, and even once you've done those basic parameter changes, you can adjust the impact of each little parameter, like the loudness, with these simple bars. And mastering is a super hard thing for most people. They just want a sufficient master. They don't need a pro master. And something like Ozone is really good because it has a few different bars. You just slide around, pick the initial preset you want, you're good to go. So yeah, it's been a few little tips. My name is Multiplier. Check me out on Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud. I normally talk equal amount of shit, so I ramble a lot, but yeah, cool. Have fun making musical noises. I know I do, so yeah, see you later.